know it's been a little longer than I anticipated for this video, but I wanted to finish up the first draft of this book so that all the information I'm giving you here is as accurate as possible. Alright, let's get into it. Firstly, although I write fantasy and science fiction, the world of the Antihero of Anthina is not heavily sci-fi. There are some sci-fi elements, such as the advanced technology that allows Myra to receive her power, but other than that, the book reads mostly like a modern novel. There's 3 key locations in this book. There's the nation of Anthina, its province of Proma, and the kingdom of Gleiberg. Anthina and Gleiberg do not get along. They've been at war for decades, and Proma is a province that Anthina took from Gleiberg over the course of those wars. There is a 4th country named Shobrax that comes into play in the later half of the book, but isn't prominent at all in the first half. So our main character, Myra, she's Anthinian, and she grew up in the suburbs of Anthina's capital city, Acropolis. As a teenager, she was conscripted into the Anthinian army alongside her older sister, Lyra. While there, she was pulled out of her regiment to be part of an experiment conducted by the Soul Council, which is the ruling body of Anthina. The Soul Council is both a political and religious group with the authority vested in them by the state religion. They've taken over the entire nation. When their experiment with Myra succeeds, they name her Absolute Monarch, but keep all the real power for themselves. So basically, they're just using Myra as a weapon and a figurehead. The most prominent member of the Soul Council is Olivia Montoris, a woman who's well known for her ruthless political maneuvering, and that extends into her treatment of Myra. She and Myra hate each other pretty much the instant they meet, and this tense and hostile relationship between the two of them forms much of the book's conflict. There's one other character that's super important to the story. As Myra is running away from the Soul Council, she meets Kirsten, who becomes her alibi by becoming her husband. What starts out as a marriage of convenience for both of them slowly grows into something deeper and more as the story develops. I did want to mention here that the Antihero of Anthina does touch on topics such as slavery, non-consensual relationships, depression, and suicidal thoughts. In this world, the first 2 are relatively normalized, so there are multiple characters who think they're fine, don't really have a problem with it, but the narration always portrays these things as bad, and Myra herself combats anyone who sees these things as good or even normal. For depression and suicidal thoughts, I hope I have expressed these situations with grace and understanding. It is my goal to make sure any of my readers who might be in that place, not just to feel seen, but also respected. My purpose in writing these things in my story, though, is not just to show how painful that experience can be, but also to show that no matter the darkness, there's always a way back up into the light, even if it's not the path that we pictured. I'm planning on including that section in my preface as sort of a content warning, so all of my readers are well aware of my intentions in putting these things into my story. Along similar lines, this story can technically be labeled as a romance, but anything explicit that falls into that category is always closed door or fade to black, because I would like a younger audience to still be able to enjoy my writing. Alright, if any of you would like a video about some of the side characters, just let me know in the comments and I would love to make another video. Also, if any of you would like to become beta readers, please message me, and as soon as I'm done with primary edits, I'd love to send you an early edition of the book so that you can comment on things you'd like to see changed, and that would really help me a lot. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.